It's the news, and this is what's on it. Tornado rips through Downing Street. Man in hospital after being mowed down by speeding ambulance. And Tony Blair runs like a cat. Now sit down with your cup of tea and listen to me! Crash Bandicoot, who saved the lives of millions of animated characters and defeated countless bosses, has been defeated. His 3 remaining lives were found at the banks of an ice river at 5:15 this afternoon. Police say they're looking for the creature or creatures who may have taken his lives, but also confirm there's nothing they can do about it. In animated game law, the boss is the man who gets to make the law, a very different world from the democratic society in which we live. We can now join our animated correspondent Mario de Ludwig on the phone. Mario, what does this defeat mean?
Well, Jez, this is a catastrophic day for justice.
Can you tell me exactly why, Mario?
Well,
Hold on a second, where are you?
at the scene of the incident, Jez.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Then why are you being so useless? Where are you?
in my hotel room. Okay, I admit it. I am just an idiot.
Thank you, Mario.
The news program, because news is God.
Justin Bieber is now Justin Beaver, it seems. Reports coming in from California tonight suggest that the 20-year-old star has checked into a cosmetic clinic in Los Angeles today for a beaveroscopy, which involves removing the bottom half of his face and molding a beaver's face into the gap. It's thought that the operation may have damaged his voice box, which means he may never sing again. His upcoming world tour is reported to be cancelled, with thousands of teenagers now on the streets, crying their eyes out of their sockets.
The news program. Sit down with us and have a cup of coffee.
Time for the sport, and we have some results. In tennis, Ando Murillo beats Powerpuff Smith 6-love, Heart 2 fluff. Cranberry Juice beat Iron Brew 20 bowl to Jelly Teen in tonight's rugby match. Plus, the World Spoon semis were won tonight by Scoff Bowl, 1-0 against Daniel Day-Lewis. That sets up the final match on Sunday against Germanium, who won last night. Still to come tonight, David Cameron kidnapped from Downing Street residence. And Sports Secretary declares dancing to be for perverts.
Dancing is for perverts.
Breaking news coming in. Look, here's the guy now coming in with a piece of paper I need to read. Thank you. Here's the news. Several of the former British Prime Ministers and American presidents have woken from the dead and are attempting to return to office. Their identities are thought to be Margaret Thatcher, Winston Churchill, JFK, and Richard Nixon. The White House are about to make a statement. Let's go live to Washington now.
Good evening, Americans. This is the White House speaking. To celebrate the return of our former presidents from the dead, the White House have decided to release commemorative stamps to post offices across the country. Special tapes of Nixon and Kennedy knocking on doors of the Oval Office are currently being recorded and will be auctioned off on A-Stone later this week. Barack Obama is currently approaching the undead to shake their hands. Thank you very much for listening. I'll now take some questions.
Well, whilst the weird guy takes questions from the audience, this program will have the stamps and that footage exclusively on tomorrow night's program.
The news program. Pointing news with a stick.
And now the weather. Tonight the weather looks largely dry and clear. However, the air may suck itself out of the atmosphere a little, dropping pressure, making breathing conditions potentially difficult. Temperatures will drop to about -35 in the extreme darkness and thin air. Tomorrow, cloud will rapidly develop with a lot of rain everywhere. You may also find thousands of people running out of their houses in an attempt to show their sadness. The outlook for next week looks predominantly wet and warm, with the exception of Tuesday, where we may expect large rocks to fall from the sky with the destruction of Mount Everest, and Wednesday, where wild rates of fire are expected in the east. In summary, that's it.
Sleeping with us is the only way to stay informed.
The S6 Space Road, which takes traffic between Earth and Saturn before turning right towards the center of our galaxy, has collapsed. Space police have closed the road between Mars and Jupiter after a stray asteroid from the belt there changed its trajectory at the last minute, bypassing the protection systems in place in that part of the road and destroying the road alongside several vehicles. Eyewitness reports state they had large popping noises shortly afterwards, probably caused by people being in the big vacuum.
The news program. News the new way.
Here are some of tomorrow's papers. The Blank Sun, no headline. The Blank Daily Star, also no headline, although it says if you scratch the surface of the front page, naked ladies will spawn there. The rest completely uninteresting. That's about it from me tonight. So yeah. Go away, I don't need you!